So anybody who's listening, we're going to be going live in about 20 seconds. Hello and welcome to the 36-hour festival. We are just going to hold for a few minutes because we apologize that the link that was sent out on YouTube was the incorrect link. So we're going to hold for about 5 minutes and hope that the attendees are able to update on the YouTube page. We'll be starting the 36-hour festival in 5 minutes. Thank you very much. Again, welcome to the 36-hour New Writing, New Normal International Theatre Festival. We apologize for the delay due to a broken YouTube link, but we will be starting in about 2 minutes. So thank you very much. and welcome to the Common Air Theatre Company's 36-hour New Writing, New Normal International Theatre Festival. I do apologize for the delay about the broken YouTube link, but it seems like most of us have made the journey to the new link, so we would like to start the show. Today, you'll be seeing 5 new plays that have been written in 36 hours. So we hope that you enjoy it, and we would like to invite you to stick around after the performance of the 5 new plays and meet the creators of the piece who will be joining us on the Zoom and YouTube call. So the first up is a new play called Ode to Humanity by Jessica Bailey.
Oh God. Oh, I think I might have been sick in my mouth. What the fuck is in a moonshine martini?
Nothing that ought to be, I'm sure. Drink some water, you'll put Ramanee off her kebab.
Sorry, what?
You two, I swear, Dad's not going to like this.
Oh, suck up.
Daddy's girl.
No, I'm sorry, no. We've been given the privilege to come down here and experience life, really experience it. And you two want to play silly buggers.
Ooh, she did a swear. She must be angry.
Theme? Let's not go down this road again. Sooner we wrap up here, sooner we're back home. Dad's happy, Earth inventory done. So, Delphia, are you in a secure location?
Christ, Tori. Yes, no one can hear me. The girl one door down is being sick at the moment. Oh, do you think I could get Hermes to deliver me a vegan sausage roll?
Oh, you're making me homesick now.
Fine, you're secure. How did the humans react?
Okay, I was third on at the Gilded Balloon. Pretty decent turnout to the festival this year. I made some jokes about Boris, but of course they went well. And, oh, get this. I did this one about the UK economy being a good name for the venue. Oh, come on. The place is called the Gilded Balloon. It's famously been called that for years. It was a comment on the economy going down like a gilded balloon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Got it. Did you not mention anything about the gig economy? They might have got it then.
Screw you two. It got a laugh. Look, Scotland, it's eyeing up independence like a cartoon tomcat smelling pie. They're like lifted off their feet and being carried along by the scent. They know the economy is bad, but it comforts them to know that they can sit back, watch with a scotch in hand as their British cousins catch fire. No news there. Nothing to tell Dad.
Well, thank goodness you were there to feed back to the god of wealth and hose up all the whiskey. Great.
Oh, and I want to put in a request to Uncle Hades.
Delphia, that sounds serious shit.
Oh no, I have a reason. Some bold white guy that looked like a thumb came over to me in the bar afterwards, leant in so close I could smell his Paco Rabanne through my eyes, and slurred that he could do much better than a lassie, apparently, and especially one with tits like mine. Problem?
No. Ask Uncle Hades, I'll back you up.
Oh yeah, quite literally. Drag him to hell, sis.
Thanks, sisters. And I'm thinking Boris as a sacrifice for Dad. Floating that at the next meeting for definite. Maybe see how this plays out.
Well, quite. Ramanee.
Well, the aptly named All Queen's Head, much the same. Last were quite right. Kind of like kicking an old dog. I think the theory is right. They don't care.
But the thing is, do we tell them now? We really might go if we tell them. The gods are ready to check out. Leave the Earth to the asteroids.
Well, of course, they're happy sailing their little Valhalla boat straight into the end of days. Just look at what happens when you type in economy on Twitter.
So the theory checks out, and there's that other issue of retirement.
Well, dear old daddy needn't worry about that. It's true. Look, we wrecked the comedy stores. The humans didn't care. Or threw bottles at us. They cope by not coping. They'd rather drink, angry scroll through Twitter, wring their hands, then sanitize them, rinse and repeat.
Sorry, where are you again? Safefield?
Sheffield. It's up north. I were first on at Last Laugh Comedy Club.
How were they?
They want to laugh.
No, they want to not think about it. Well, that's the difference.
So we were right to do the comedy clubs. Take the temperature on how the humans feel about the economy.
Definitely. The clubs and Twitter are the same thing.
I don't like this Peston guy.
Are you listening, Delphia?
Huh?
You
do know why we're here.
Yes. I'm not dumb. Thank you very much.
We might be retired.
No. What, Remy?
They didn't tell you.
No, they didn't bloody tell me what.
Well, they should have. It might be time to hang up the boots. Stop the celestial stuff. Become gas, atoms in the air. Grandad says Earth is only going to last another 100 million.
Bullshit.
And they know it. Climate change, pandemics, economic crisis.
We used to fight monsters, cyclopses and stuff, floods. Really? Over money?
You talk of monsters. Money is the new monster. Waste, capitalism, zero contracts, gig economy, fast fashion. What strong man is going to hold all that back?
But that's just how stuff goes, isn't it? Get all hyper as shit and then everyone naps, considers it a bad dream. Don't tell me we're going to give up.
Except it's in their homes now, Del. Capitalists straight to their front door. Their phones. The lower classes squeezed. The upper classes marry on tax-free havens.
Oh, and doesn't that sound familiar, Riadne? I didn't see you complaining from your high horse on Mount Olympus.
I didn't see you complaining either.
Look, we're just observers. We took a day trip to see how they coped. They don't cope, or they cover it up with comedy or fake news or fast food. And after all, what can we really tell Dad that he hasn't already seen?
Yeah, I saw that too.
What, Toriadne, what did you see?
Dad, he can see again.
What? So
Yeah, the centuries, the wars, the destruction, the disease. He can see the evil now.
Well, shit.
Listen, we have to tell the truth. I've been here 3 days and I can't pay my rent. I get junk mail through the doors about short-term loans already.
And I bet it's the same everywhere. But do we have to tell them now? We have to, right?
He'd see the lie. You know, on my way to the train station, I went past the Old Bailey, the criminal court. And do you know what the symbol is for justice, for the humans? A woman holding a scale of justice in both hands, testing their weight, blindfolded.
See no evil.
They certainly don't hear it.
You think they knew, the humans, that the blindfold thing, that comes from us, from Dad, Plutus, the god of wealth, can only tell the difference between good and evil when his sight is restored?
I don't know, maybe.
Well, we pop up quite a lot. A bit of Disney in, well, every story ever. We even set up shop in their psyche. Oh, they love Oedipus.
Bunch of pervs.
I miss them.
They're not a bad bunch. They're misled, but not bad.
So we're going to do this?
Well, lad.
Oh, for God's sake!
Make up your mind.
No, listen, hear me out. We give them 50 years.
That's a blink to us. Look, I've just done 50. There again.
That's a fun game, Riyadh.
Listen, 50 is longer to them. So say we influence them the way we already do through culture, and we just really try to turn the tides before it's too late. Thoughts? One final 50.
I'm into it, if only for the vegan sausage rolls.
Ramanee?
Okay. I don't know why you both like them so much. But okay. Beats becoming gas anyways.
To the humans.
To the
To
humans.
the humans.
Don't fuck it up or we'll smite you up. Oh, before you smite me up with Moonshine Martini. Ugh.
Thank you very much. The next piece up is called The Kindness Check by Türkol.
Let's get set up. Sit. Okay. Loaf of wholemeal bread, $2.95. Check. Kilo of organic tomatoes, I'll say about $2.50. Correct. Laundry detergent from Lidl, I want to say $4.50. Correct. See, Dad, got it all. Supreme is dropping in 15 minutes and it'll take you at least 2 hours to get back to me, so I'm not waiting. What am I going to do? Shop in sales and get coupons in the mail? No. No need to worry, though. I know the 16 digits. 4, 5, 6. What the fuck? Refresh. Blocked. Is this a joke? You are not accessing the card until I see proof this week's correct answers. Love, Dad. He knows I passed the test, you know. I haven't failed once in the past decade. Oh, every day I'll have Larry pick random items from the store and test me on how much they cost. To the penny. It's supposed to be some kind of reality check for me. Or whatever the fuck it is that makes him feel in charge. And oh yeah, he's got to feel in some way in charge. Put Larry in my pocket. The day I first got my kindness check. The infamous kindness check, my monthly pocket money to make up for my lost brother. Do I really need the cash? No, I already have it all. I mean, latest Mac, check. Bottega handbags, check. Memberships to the latest exclusive blah, blah, blah club, check. A sense of, you know those videos where they tell a homeless guy that he can choose whatever he wants in 30 seconds, pick it up and it'll all be his for free. Well, if they laid down the entire world in front of me, gave me a week to choose and take it home, honest to God, I don't know what I'd take. But still, every day I get Larry to give me the numbers and do my homework, the task, like the prisoners who died building Stalin's road of boat. Okay, not that bad, but you know what I mean. Shit, to just keep me busy and make it look like I'm earning something, because nothing, oh, nothing can be given away in this family. I could have had a career, you know, one of my own, because I am smart. Oh, my grandma. Well, she used to tell me stories of the farms her dad owned, the endless vineyards and valleys. the grass fields full of wild horses. I think she was bullshitting about some of it, but her dad was rich. So rich that no job that she could get through schooling would have made any difference to her. Lucky bastard. If I'd known that I'd be spending my 30s reading little tags and playing a homemade version of Price is Right, I would never have wanted to learn to read. You are not in the account. Fuck! I'm not going to shop in the sales. Right. Look, I don't know what kind of shit you're trying to pull. I did my part, okay? I've got the prices right now. Ask Larry, unblock my account in the next 9 minutes. Or... To be completely honest, I'm sort of glad that I can't access the account for now. I have no idea what I'm going to buy, but I've got to buy something, right? I mean, I can't just make it up as I go along. It helps to drag a bunch of shiny crap into my life. But sometimes I wish online shopping was truly online, that they never really brought the stuff you bought to you. Now I can find some peace without accumulating stuff in my mountain troll. But you can't always get what you want. I do need to buy stuff. I do need it today. That's the thing about my kindness check. It doesn't accumulate. I can't be given options. Well, not here. I mean, I guess I could get dollars like poor people get seconds in the day. Use them or lose them. I know tomorrow. I'm back to when it all changed. Oh. I used to think he was keeping me here away from college, my friends, my life, because he was worried about losing me after what happened to my brother. I wasn't kept hidden and tucked away in the corner of our mansion to protect the future of the empire. Quite the opposite, actually. It was all to protect the past of the empire, the very foundation of it. You see, we haven't always been rich. I mean, we weren't poor, but richy rich? That came later. 2 things have changed in my life since that day. 1, we got rich. 2, I no longer had my brother. Believe me, I tried, but it's hard to hate the dead. I've since chosen to forget most of what happened that day, in the amusement park especially, after repeating it over and over again in 1,000 court hearings. But a part of my mind still remembers the moment it all turned to shit. My father back then was still working as the owner of a failing business, and my brother and I were still in school. God, how I hated him. How many friends he had. How good everyone said he looked. How bright his future was supposed to be. No one actually saw him for what he was, an arrogant little prick. I replaced my nightly prayers with one wish only, to make him go away. Oh, in my defense, I didn't specify exactly the way that he should go away. I didn't say make him die. I just wished him away. And that's what happened in a way. That's also why I consider myself part owner of our wealth. After all, you know, we would never have acquired it if it wasn't for my brother's death. And he would never have died if I hadn't prayed so hard. I always have to do the maths to figure out what year it was, that incident, to just know. Well, I do know it was the autumn. That's because it's the only time it rains that hard here. And I have a living image of a diluted river of blood flowing like rainwater, washing away my brother's life, running into the front of my sandals and out through the holes, through my toes. Was his body even cold before my father sued the business? There's no way for me to know. I mean, it took me half a year to regain my sense of hot and cold anyway, but I'll bet my kindness check that it wasn't. Father jumped at the lawsuit as if he'd raised my brother like a pig for slaughter. A worthy sacrifice for the 10+ million that became the seed of the empire. The bigger the empire grew, the harder it became for father to let go of me, to let go of me to be free. I'd been present at the founding of it, of our new life, and more importantly, just moments before that, I had witnessed a secret that could, even today, destroy the empire, rip it off the ground, root and stem. I was in line to get that gondola ride. The one that killed my brother. He was with his friend. Right in front of me, I saw him lean into his friend's ear. He looked right at me, as if he was about to do something brave, something exciting, something inaccessible to me. And I heard him whisper, "Watch me defy Newton's law." I didn't know what Newton's law was then. I do now. Just like I know that my brother unscrewed the safety bar with his keychain. I'd seen him do it the same with my father's cash drawer just the year earlier, right before he blamed it on me. My father knows too, and I know that he knows that I know. Oh, hence the notification, my kindness check, to avoid mutually assured destruction. Right, I've got to go shop now. Sales start in 4 minutes.
Great, thank you very much. The next piece is called Cusp of Two Fingers by Nii Quarterly.
Unbelievable. How possible?
I don't understand it either. How have we been paying our health insurance levy promptly? We've never defaulted, not even once have we delayed in our payments to the National Health Insurance Scheme.
I mean, we paid it with the speed of light because we believed it will solve all our health problems.
Then suddenly, when your daughter gets a dental problem, you're told, "Excuse me, madam and sir, the NHIS doesn't cover dental health." But is that what they told us when they were advertising the scheme? No, that wasn't what they told us. What they told us was...
Dear ladies and gentlemen, and fellow citizens of this great nation, the night might linger long with no hope for the young. But today, there is a way that shines light on the night. I declare to you all that a vote for me is a vote for your children's health. We will establish an NHIS which covers free healthcare for all children. Under the insurance of their parents, we all, for all manner of diseases.
Dead party, our redeemer, and you all, our diseases are cured for free. This is the party that you were willing to die for. They had your vote.
I thought you heard the hospital cashier explain that if all health problems are charged on the scheme, it will collapse in no time. I do not agree with him, but at least it makes sense. The government cannot pay for all health problems, and that is a fact. Look, this is the government that has paid more money to the NHIS than any government in our nation's history. And maybe other institutions like your church must support the government with their wealth.
In equal measure, it is also the government that has collected more revenues in taxation than any other government in our nation's history. Ipso facto.
Well, I agree with you, only that if your church had been more considerate, they would not have been collecting tithes from your mega salary every month. Have you sat down to analyze how much your monthly tithe amounts to in a year? And have you tried to quantify the sum of all the tithes you've paid over the years? Let me check. I think you have been a member in that church for over 15 years. You should have been a billionaire by now if you had saved all those monies. You would have been my billionaire sweetheart.
Gosh, my dear, you are so intelligent. This is an apt analysis. In this same 15 years of paying tithes, you have been saving all your tithing because you don't go to church and investing very well at the gates of the football stadium every week when you go to watch your boyhood football club. I remember the proceeds from this investment are reinvested after the match when you go to the pub for beer. This is why the latest magazine ranked you higher than Bill Gates.
Wait on, my dearie. Must I be denied the pleasures of life in the name of investment? Don't we invest in order to enjoy them afterwards? If we keep on preaching austerity, won't we die in thirst and hunger?
We need a solution, my dear. Our beautiful daughter is writhing in pain through no fault of hers. How I wish we could have had a very modest wedding where we cut down on all expenses made. The renting of the posh limousine could have saved us hundreds of CD. The decoration of the church aisle and pews alone was worth investing into a bond. The reception at the lush and lawn gardens and the dinner that followed could have easily turned into millions, even trillions. All these could have translated into a fruitful bond, which could have taken care of all her health needs at a private hospital, where you don't necessarily need NHIS and your money can't talk for you.
I mean, if we could have shown the pressures that comes with institutionalized marriage and stood our grounds against the expectation of our society. But it was also one of the few occasions in life that one gets all the attention and gets to be celebrated. And we love beautiful things too. And we love to have some spice and variety in our lives. We love each other dearly, and beautiful weddings are expensive. And look, this is a value we place on our love.
Oh, solutions! Avail yourself to us. We are rising, but we are falling in the whirlpool of our minds. Avail yourself, my dear solution, for your sincerely SUERLEY is tearing apart, breaking into smithereens, left, right, and center.
Oh, come here, my dear sweet SUERLEY. Let me give you a hug. Look, as we argued against each other and pointed accusing fingers at each other, I heard a still small voice of calm whispering into my ears. Did we actually fail in our finances, or were we failed by something else?
Profundity plus plus. Either way, we still need to find a solution to our daughter's oral health. Shh! Did you hear that? Let's go, honey. I think they're calling our number.
Oh, it sounds like the announcer at the stadium. I miss going to watch football in this pandemic.
Really? I thought it sounds like my pastor's voice.
Thank you very much. The next piece is called The Cherry Blossom by Sarah Isaac.
There's nothing like homemade, is there? That's what I've found. Eggs, sugar, butter. They're the ingredients that can heal disasters. When I get to the office, I'm stuck in the lift with a few of his colleagues who are all suitably sheepish. We heard about the accident, they say. And I suppose accident is the term HR wants them to use instead of jumped. I take it he's getting better. Yeah, I say, even though that's a lie. When I reach facilities, I inform them that I'd like to speak to Gabriel. That's the head of security. After 23 years of service, he was the only person who helped my husband take his boxes out. Dear Gabriel, I say, handing the flapjacks over. Thank you for being human. You were the only one. When I'm back in the lift, I see Greg, who tries to explain to me about the restructure. It wasn't our choice, Francis. Now, the people who own the business, that's the shareholders, they've decided they want a larger bit of the pie, so obviously we had to make tough choices. And he makes tough choices sound like an act of nobility and not the utter carnage that it was. Afterwards, I thought I would go to the little cafe up the road where he used to take me for lunch. And I forget it's Tuesday, and that's coffee and cake day for all the women of Highgate. And of course, there's the usual crowd. Georgia, Maria, Petra. And as soon as they see me, there's lots of apologizing and flushed faces. Did I get their text? They weren't sure if I was seeing people. And most of them don't look at me. They're just staring into their soya cappuccinos and hope I'll evaporate behind them. What was that place you've moved to now? Mile End, I say. And I can see the little eye roll travel between them, as if I've just described Sing Sing. They all look at me as if they don't want me to stand too close, in case poverty is catching. It's not. On my way out, they give air kisses and say, it would be great to meet up at some point. But I know they won't. When I get home, he's sat by the window looking at his tree. And he must have been sat there for hours. I'm just waiting for it to bloom, he says to me. 3 weeks into spring and there's no flowers yet. Give it time, I say. But what if it's dead, he says. What if it died when we transported it? It's not dead, I assure him. But of course, I can't be sure. The counsellor says it's important to do something positive each day. So I bake and he goes out and tends his tree. At 4 p.m, we have a visitor, Petra, obviously suffering from a guilty conscience. She keeps her shoes on as she looks round the house and says, oh, Francis, you have always been so good, such a gift with small spaces. She eats 2 slices of my polenta cake and tells me how diverse she thinks the area is, but clearly not as a compliment. When I shut the door, he has tears in his eyes. I'm sorry about the move. I stop him right there. Relax, would you? I was getting tired of living next door to the Kashmir militia anyway. And he bursts into laughter. A big, warm, hearty laugh, like I haven't seen in ages. And I feel as if it's been so long since we sat and laughed together. The next day I drive past it, even though I know I shouldn't. They've repainted the doors. There's 2 Jeeps outside. And instead of lawn, there's gravel. When the estate agent came to sell it, she said it was the loveliest street. It was the loveliest house on the street. Downsizing, are you? Yeah, sort of. Oh, this one will go fast, she said, practically licking her lips. And she was right. 2 weeks and it went. Now when I look at the house, it's practically unrecognizable. And of course, there's no cherry blossom in the front anymore. He bought that for me when we lost the baby. He said he wanted to plant something that would last. Goodness knows where he had got it from. I'd come back one day from my mother's, and there's this gorgeous tree with pink and white baubles out in the front. I got this for you, he said. And it was so beautiful. People would stop in front of it and take pictures. And every time I came home, there would be this carpet of cream and pink confetti lining the front steps. And when we had to sell, when they came with all their vans carrying out the furniture, he stood in front of the cherry blossom with his arms outstretched and said, "You're not having this. This tree belongs to us and we're taking it with us." So we did. And everyone said we shouldn't move a tree of that size and age because it might not survive. He said it's because trees are like people. They're very fragile. They don't do well if they're constantly transplanted. And I said, if there's anyone who can make something grow in new surroundings, Matthew, it's you. And every day since, he's been watering it and whispering to it and waiting for it to flower. And today he comes to me with this, a bud, a bloom, a sign of life. He brings it to me in the kitchen, beaming, and says, "I guess this means we'll be all right." I take his hand in mine. I plant a kiss on his forehead and say, "Yes, my darling, we're going to be all right."
Thank you very much. And now for our final performance of the afternoon. It's Banana by James Kolstad.
Organic bananas.
Organic bananas.
Organic bananas, John.
Those bananas are organic, yes.
I do not understand you. I don't understand you, and I don't understand these bananas.
I don't really know how to take that, to be put on the same level as a banana or something that you don't understand.
You know that we don't buy organic bananas. John, this is why I don't let you buy the shopping.
Well, I don't know what the big deal is. They taste exactly the same as an ordinary banana.
How much do they cost? What did you pay for these?
Well, I don't know. I just put them in the trolley.
Well, there's your first problem. Do you want to know how much these organic bananas cost? Because I know.
Okay, how much?
Twice the price of regular bananas, John. Twice the price of good old-fashioned bananas. The same colour, the same shape, different price, twice.
Yes, but they're also fair trade.
Oh, God, John.
I don't know what the big deal is. Look, we eat bananas. We love bananas. Don't we want bananas without pesticides or whatever? Yeah, I don't understand why we can't just get a normal set of bananas.
Organic bananas are a con, John. They're a total con.
Oh.
Regular bananas are just fine. Yeah, you know, I don't like you wasting money on stupid shit
Look,
like this.
we're doing absolutely fine with money. We're not poor. I didn't think buying a quality bunch of bananas would turn us into freaking out about it.
Oh, so if you've got money, you deserve to have quality bananas. But if you're poor, what you just have to find whatever bananas you can that are floating around in the sewers.
Oh, I don't really know how you took that term, but that is not what I'm saying.
This is that thing with you. This is the thing. This is that thing that you always do.
And what thing is that?
Your overweening indulgence for spending money on stupid shit like this. Your just sense of obliviousness to money and your sense of entitlement to just buy whatever you want.
Kat, it is just a bunch of bananas.
It is not just a bunch of bananas. Don't minimise my feelings. You always do that. You always do this and you don't listen to me. I say, why don't you wait till they go on sale? But you just do it anyway. I say, we don't need to buy a bottle of wine in the restaurant. You do it anyway. I say, I'm not comfortable with you spending that much money on my gifts, but you do it anyway. And I don't like it, John. I don't like it.
I buy you nice gifts because I love you.
Money isn't love, John. This is exactly what I mean. You just buy what you want and you don't think about how I feel. Money isn't love.
That's
not love.
what I'm saying.
It's so easy for you.
And what does that mean?
Well, you've never had to struggle.
Oh.
You've always been comfortable. You've always had anything you want.
Well, that's bullshit, and you know it.
Okay. Well, tell me about your struggle, then, John.
Really?
What are your struggles?
Really? This is going to be a tit for tat comparing each other's childhoods. Is it just because my family had money and yours didn't? That somehow you think that you're more superior than me in some way?
No, the opposite.
And what's that supposed to mean? Do you think that I think that I'm better than you? Is that what you think it is? I didn't buy a bunch of bananas to lord some organic free trade aristocracy over you.
You can't understand.
Well, how can I? You don't go into any detail about your family, your childhood, or your upbringing. You kind of draw this vague picture and chuck in words like difficult and sad, and then you change the subject. Mum's dead, dad's dead, and then end of. How am I supposed to understand if you don't let me understand? It's not fair, Kat. You're always denying yourself. You're always saying no to everything. Well, we shouldn't have this, and we shouldn't do this. But I know you want it. I can see it in your eyes that you want something, but you think you don't deserve it. I see how you squeeze your jaw, you slump your shoulders, you shake your head, and then you walk away. I don't even mean material things. I mean like life things. You know, you want your life. I want you to get your life because you deserve it. Kath, it's okay to want that. To want your life.
I don't want for anything, John.
Kath.
I don't want for anything.
Oh.
Do you see this scar on my finger? Got it when I was 11. I was trying to open a tin of beans and I cut my finger on the lid. Silly twit. God, it bled so much. And my mum was taking a nap and I didn't want to wake her up. And I was so scared. I thought I was going to bleed to death. I ran it under the cold water because that's what I thought would make it stop. But it didn't stop. And so I wrapped a towel around it and squeezed hard for what seemed like forever. And I just stood there, biting my lip and trying not to cry, staring at those beans on the counter. I had been trying to make dinner to help my mum. She'd been sick for a while. That tin of beans just ruined everything. We got them from the church when they were handing out food. My dad had just lost his job. Not that we had much money anyway, but at that point we had none. And I begged my mum to let me stay at home while she went and collected the food. But she needed me to help carry the bags. And so I just stared at the pavement while we waited in the queue. What if someone from school walked past and saw me? School was a nightmare. All the kids saw what I wore, that I didn't have what the other girls had. And this one girl, she saw my mum and I in the supermarket once, and she told the whole school that we bought the poor people food, that, you know, the day-old bread and the damaged cans at a lower price. And the other kids would chant and laugh. Poor Kathy, poor. She's so poor. Does her house have doors? Or they'd say things like, your shoes are so cheap, your mum must not love you. And I said to myself, one day I'm going to be so rich that I'll be able to buy anything I want, and that'll show them. And my house is going to have so many doors that I'm going to slam them all in their faces. And I grew up. And I did become successful, I guess. No, I do well. John and I do well. But still, I can't. I can't bring myself to buy the things that I dreamed of buying. Put your money away, Kath. Save it for the darkness that could come at any moment. I can't get over the fear of not having money. I can't get over the shame of it. I can't talk about it. Oh, I hate myself for being ungrateful for what I have, but I see that scar, and all I can see is that tin of beans. I see my father who lost his job. I see my mother who was so sick that she couldn't work. And I see how easy it is to bleed alone in a kitchen on your own while you bite your lip. My mother worked her fingers to the bone for day-old bread. She never ate an organic banana in her life. Why should I? I should tell you about this scar. Tastes like a sewer banana. That tastes pretty good.
Great. Thank you very much. Well, that concludes this afternoon's performance. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I'd like to apologize for the problem with the YouTube link, but I hope it seemed like everyone was able to access the latest link. I'd like to invite all of the actors and directors and playwrights who are on the Zoom call now to open up their cameras and take a bow, please. So feel free to start to come on, everybody. And I don't know what the Zoom bow looks like, but maybe a wave or something along those lines. But thank you guys very much. I'd certainly like to thank all of the participants, all of the actors, all of the directors, and all of the playwrights who spent the last 36 hours working very hard to produce these works for you. We hope that you enjoyed them, and I'd like to extend my thank you to you guys for your work. So thank you very much. And enjoy the rest of your day. It's a very pleasure to have you guys around for the afternoon. Actors and directors and playwrights, if you want to, I'm going to turn off the live stream in a moment, but then we can go to the virtual pub, as I like to say, as soon as I can find my background, and we can have a quick chat and see how everyone enjoyed it. So thank you guys very much, audience, for coming, and we'll see you again in January.
Cool. Well done, everybody.
Yeah, woo!
Well done.
Well done.
That was fun.
Can
We do it again.
Turn off the. Let me turn off the live stream now. So see you later, audience. Bye, everybody. Bye. Bye.